Hello, it's me. Let's go ahead and get started. I already primed my eyes with MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And then I'm going to go in with Mama first here using the fluffy end of the eyeshadow everything brush. I'm just going to start by placing that all over my crease and just gently blending it out. Then just continue doing the same thing onto the other side. Then I'm just taking Mama and sweeping it underneath both of my lower lids. Next up is the shade Basic. Then with the smaller end of the brush, I'm just taking that and placing it in my outer corner. And I'm just going to start working it into a V shape. Adding a little bit more, I like to work that into about the center of my eyelid. Flipping back over to the fluffy side, I'm just going to blend that in using short circular motions, keeping everything nice and soft as we go along. And if you have hooded eyes like me, I just like to take the color a little bit higher to make sure it's visible. And do it again. We hear it all the time, but blending really is key. Then here I'm just sweeping over with a little bit more basic on the fluffy end of the brush just to add a little bit more color. And continuing to work the V shape in the outer corner. Now we're going to go in with Trust with the small end of the brush. And we're pretty much going to apply it the same way we did with Basic. Just focusing it in the outer corner and continuing to create that nice V shape. I kind of just dab and then gently sweep the color around to get the shape that I want. And you can go in and darken it up more if you'd like, but here I think this was good enough for me. I had applied a little more than I wanted here, but luckily these shadows are so forgiving that I was able to blend it out to my liking. And just with a swipe of my finger, I'm just cleaning up the edge there. And we're good. Next up is Stardust. This is the fun part. We're going to take the large end of the multitasker and some Stay Spray. And with that, you're going to wet down your brush and go into Stardust. So when we apply it, it's going to have a nice metallic and foiled finish. Don't be afraid to load up your brush with the eyeshadow and just pat that all over the lid. I only did one layer here, but if you wanted it to be even more intense in pigment, just let it dry and then go over it again, repeating the same steps with the wet brush and the eyeshadow. Then I'm just bringing it into the inner corner as well. And then just get some on the inner corner of your lower lash line too. Okay. Going back in with basic, I'm just taking that on the small end of the brush and placing that right on my lower lash line, and also working it up back into the V shape we have on top. Going in with Mama again, I'm just going to take a little bit of that and smooth it over the edges of basic to keep it nice and soft. Then with a fluffy brush, I just like to take a little bit of vanilla dust and pop that on my brow bone for a soft highlight, and just to kind of smooth the outer edges out as well. And just boop a little bit of that on the inner corners. Next, I'm just taking my favorite nude liner. This is NYX's Wonder Pencil in the shade Medium, and I'm just placing that on my waterline. Keeps the eyes looking nice and fresh. Now I'm taking L'Oreal's Infallible Never Fail eyeliner in black brown and placing that on my upper waterline. It gets rid of that fleshy gap and also helps your lashes look a little bit fuller. For my lashes, I like to use L'Oreal's Double Extend Beauty Tube Mascara. I typically have trouble with mascara smudging on me, and so far this one has been the best about not doing that. And it also does a pretty good job of adding length to the little guys. This has got to be the most time-consuming part of the whole video. And if you have lashes like mine, go ahead and manipulate them now to make them think that they're curly. More mascara. I really miss my lash extensions about now, but that's done. And before my lashes dry, I just like to give them a little push up with my finger. And that's about as good as it gets. I should have done this before mascara, but just take a little bit of Trust on the tiny end of the multitasker brush and use it as liner. Or you can use any liner of your choice. This is just what I like to do. Then proceed with a goofy looking face and put it on the bottom lash line as well. This is optional, but I'm taking Stardust and just dusting it over where I previously placed it. And that completes my look for the Every Single Day eyeshadow palette. I hope it was insightful as well as helpful. Let me know if it was okay, and thank you guys for your interest. I'll see you next time.